Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Let's first start all Hallmark.
Yeah.
First off, go way back to your very first Hallmark. Very first Hallmark.
Okay.
Okay, when they
I'm
approached
there.
you.
Yeah.
What was that feeling?
Well, this was 10 years ago. So it was a completely different team of people in charge of the network at the time. And they approached me and said, do you want to do a Hallmark movie? I said, sure, that sounds fun. I did it. Little did I know that doing that one movie would then change your whole life, because to become part of the Hallmark cinematic universe is one of the biggest honors of any that, as an actor that I've got to be able to do. And being part of that universe, I've got to do a lot of firsts, right? We got to have the first same-sex kiss on screen at Hallmark Channel. We got to have the first same-sex led romantic comedy for Christmas. We're launching the first ever unscripted reality competition series at Hallmark. So we've been able to do so many firsts together with me and the network that it's actually been an honor.
Let's talk about that new unscripted series.
Let's talk about Finding Mr. Christmas.
So, when you were approached for it, what was your first thought to host it?
Let's even go back better.
Okay.
I created it and brought it to Hallmark.
Oh my God!
Let's even back
better.
up. Yeah. So I got the idea to do Finding Mr. Christmas because I'm a huge reality freak. I love reality shows. I've been on Big Brother. I've been on Dancing with the Stars. I've been on a ton of reality. I'm obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race. I love all the reality competition series. And so many of my friends were like, I want to be part of the Hallmark cinematic universe. Like all my actor friends, they're like, how do I get to be a Hallmark Avenger, right?
Yes.
Because they see the network, they see the love, they see how much people are invested in the amazing stories we tell, and they want to be a part of it.
Yes.
So I got to thinking, I go, what if we had a reality competition series where we put 10 hunks together and had them fight it out to be the next Hallmark Channel star? What if we did that? So then I went to the network and I said, I have a crazy idea, but just listen to me.
Yeah.
And I pitched the idea and there was a bit of a silence and they go, what? And I go, and I explained it again and they go, that's actually a really good idea. And I was like, thank you, great. And I just ran out of the room as quick as possible. So that's where the idea of Mr. Christmas came from. And that's how the first ever unscripted reality competition series at Hallmark was born.
Can you talk a little bit about filming it?
So what's so great about Finding Mr. Christmas is we have taken all the things that we love about Hallmark movies and put them into one show, right? So every year, millions of people gather around the tree and watch their favorite Christmas movies right here on Hallmark. They come for the magic, they come for the romance, and let's be honest, they come to fall in love with one of our signature hunks, right? That's what they come for.
Yes.
So this series has 10 hunks competing to be the next Hallmark Channel star. And what we do is we take them through all the tropes that we have come to love of the Hallmark movies, and we've designed challenges around each of those tropes. So they have to do a meet cute. They have to do the big apology scene. They have to do the kiss under the mistletoe. They have to do all the things that we have come to love and expect and want in our Hallmark Christmas movies. We put our hunks to the test, and one by one they get eliminated, and our final hunk standing is crowned our Mr. Christmas, and he becomes the lead of a Hallmark Channel Christmas movie.
Is the Christmas movie already ready, raring to go, just waiting for the hunk?
We don't know who the hunk is going to be, so we don't have a movie that we're waiting to put him in. We're waiting to see who the hunk is, because what's so great about Hallmark Cinematic Universe is that our actors really just play versions of themselves, right? You come to fall in love with them. Ashley Williams is Ashley Williams.
Yes.
Lacey Chabert is Lacey Chabert. Tyler Hines is Tyler Hines. Jonathan Bennett's going to be loud and goofy. He's going to be that in the movies, but that's what you come to see, right? So we couldn't pick the movie until we found the hunk. And once we found the hunk, then we said, what does he fit into? And then we tailored the movie around him.
I think that makes it even better.
Yeah.
Rather than getting that anticipation, you're forcing someone into
right.
a role. This one, you're like, okay, let's see who
we have. Yeah, and again, keeping in true Hallmark fashion, Finding Mr. Christmas is the first reality competition program that's based in heart. And so I think that's what the viewers are really going to be surprised. Not just Hallmark Channel viewers, but this is all airing on Hallmark Plus, which is Hallmark's new streaming program. And so the viewers that love Hallmark are going to come watch Finding Mr. Christmas, but also reality viewers that love reality shows are also going to come and watch Finding Mr. Christmas. And I think what they're going to all be surprised by is that Hallmark found a way to do reality television that's a competition, but they found a way to do it based in heart. And so it's 10 guys, complete strangers, walking into a house, competitors, ready to beat the other one for the crown, but yet they leave one family.
Yeah. And
that's what we weren't expecting when we were shooting the show. We weren't expecting our hunks to become such a family and develop such a love and respect for each other. And because they did that, they were able to grow as humans. They were able to grow as actors. They were able to grow as performers. They learned so much about themselves. They learned so much about each other. We really created an environment that was open to letting them just feel like they could explore all these different things of Hallmark movies. And by doing that, they all grew, and they left feeling like they've grown as humans, and they all now have this band of brothers where they have 10 new best friends.
Almost like British Bake Off.
Yes.
You watch that and you just can't, they all support each other and you're like, you're not supposed to get along.
Yes, exactly. This is in the Great British Bake Off was one of the things I used as a level of tone when I created the show, when we were developing it with the network. It was it's got to have the tone of kind of like a Great British Bake Off, where sure they're competitors, but they're really here to support each other. And that's what good competitors do, right? That's what a good competitor does is, hey, I don't shine if you don't shine. And that was kind of our mantra. I told the guys all along, and I will say this, one of our top finalists when we were doing our elimination episode, or elimination moment of one of the episodes, he looked at me and goes, we were having a conversation about how he helped his fellow competitor, and he goes, well, Jonathan, like you said, I don't shine if you don't shine, but he messed it up and said, you don't shine when I don't shine. And I go, close, but the fact was you were listening to me when I said it, and I'll take it, and we'll talk about it after. So I'm very proud of these guys. I feel so just proud of them, and I just cannot wait for America to see this show, because it is everything you want at the holidays. It's something that brings people together at the holidays, right? Like nothing brings people together like watching American Idol or all, RuPaul's Drag Race, all these shows that we watch with our friends, we watch with our family, we all have our favorites, we tease each other. Oh, mine's doing better, the Queen I love, or the Idol I love is doing better than yours. We have all that fun kind of, it's almost like sports. This is, Finding Mr. Christmas is Christmas sports.
Yes,
it's sports for Christmas fans. And so what that does is it brings people together over the holidays. In my dream world, this is my dream of making the show, I would love that Finding Mr. Christmas brings families and friends together over the holidays. Every, Friday night or whatever night we're going to air it, I don't know yet, but the night it airs, or the night it drops on Hallmark Plus, I would love that people had watch parties, and you'd go over to your girlfriend's or your boyfriend's house and everyone watches together, and they root for their favorites, and they have some wine and some cocktails and they enjoy it, and they all have their favorites. And I would love that it became a thing that America looks forward to every year.
Now, where did you shoot the series?
Utah. We shot it in Utah because in true Hallmark fashion, we do shoot a lot of movies in Utah for Hallmark, and in true Hallmark fashion, we need to have that log cabin that is just the Christmas house that ever you see and you go, wow, that's a Hallmark movie. And we needed to find a log cabin that was big enough to fit 10 hunky men. And we found one, and it's huge and it's gorgeous. So the fun part is when you see these 10 hunks walk into this Christmas cabin,
Yeah.
it looks like a Hallmark movie. They're walking into a Hallmark movie. We even have the fake snow on the ground. And yeah, it's fake, but you know what? We use fake snow in all of our Hallmark movies, and so why not do anything different for Finding Mr. Christmas? So they walk in, and the whole place is decked out for Christmas, and the guys live in the house. So you got a little bit of like a Big Brother element to it. You got a little bit of like The Bachelorette because it's 10 hot guys.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit of RuPaul's Drag Race because they're competing for talent, you know, doing different talents. And then, you know, you put it all together, and it's Little America's Next Top Model. It's got all the things that we love of reality competition in one show.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So when it wrapped, you were all done. What was the feeling when you woke up the next morning?
I will say this: I had two moments that I had two core memories that I will never forget for Finding Mr. Christmas, and that was the moment that in episode 6 when one of our guys breaks down and has a special moment with the other guys on the show, and they share some story of them, and it was such an emotional moment that our showrunner took her headset off and said, and she's run every show in the world, and she goes, "That was the best episode of reality television I've ever produced."
Oh my gosh.
That was a huge moment for me because I was like, it worked.
Yes.
It worked. I created something in my brain, I brought it to fruition, and it worked. And that's the most rewarding feeling. And then the second moment I'll never forget from the show is when I saw the first edit, because I was so excited to create this and so excited to give someone the opportunity and change their life. Like, we're changing someone's life.
Yeah.
We're giving him a career.
Yeah.
We're literally making an actor's dream come true. I know what it feels like. I was that actor. I sat where they are, and I know what it's like to want that role so bad. So to give our winner the opportunity to change his life, that's a moment I'll never forget.
As host, you sometimes see in certain reality shows that the host just plays the part where he or she appears at the very end to say who's eliminated. And then other times the host plays a huge part where they're in there giving advice, doing stuff. What is your role?
So what's so interesting about Finding Mr. Christmas is what's so fun about creating and hosting Finding Mr. Christmas is that I'm in the trenches with the guys. Like, I am there mentoring them every episode, and I have a fantastic, I call her my Michelle Visage. She's my Michelle Visage to my RuPaul. Melissa Peterman is my permanent judge on the show. So I'm hosting it. Melissa Peterman is your permanent judge because she knows romantic comedy more than anyone, and she is kind of like everyone's fun aunt that you know at a Christmas party. So she's our permanent judge on the show to help nurture these guys and help kind of give them advice along the way. And then every episode we have a different Hallmark Cinematic Universe actor appearing. So our guest judge changes every episode, and we bring majority of the times it's one of our female actresses from Hallmark to be in the actual scenes with the guys.
Oh, nice.
So the guys actually our hunks actually step into real Hallmark scenes with our real Hallmark actresses, so we can see how they do when their feet are put to the fire, right? So they get to do that. So then every episode when we do have to eliminate someone, they've worked with a Hallmark actor or actress. They've worked with Melissa Peterman. We're all kind of doing it together. We're in the trenches together. It's not just like, okay, you do that. We're there. I'm there to give them my experience, my strength, and my hope, and tell them everything like I've learned to help them shine, right? So like, it's very collaborative. It's very family based. And again, 10 strangers walked into a house, competitors, and they left a family. And that's the best thing I've ever done in my career.
If we see success with this, is there potential for a Mrs.?
There's always a potential for different versions of this, and I'm wondering if it's going to be a Finding Mrs. Christmas, or I'm wondering if it's going to be like something to do maybe with summer. Is it finding the next like surfer? I don't know. I don't know, but I hope and I pray that America falls in love with the show as much as we have at the network, because it is so special, and it's the perfect counter programming to what will be on television this November, right? November, December, it's going to be crazy. A lot going on in the world, and you're going to need a place to go and escape and just watch people support each other and love each other, and this is the perfect counter programming for that.
Well, that's why so many people tune into Hallmark.
Yeah, you turn into Hallmark because you know how it ends.
Yes.
And so you don't have any anxiety. You don't have any anxiety. How's this going to turn out? You know how it's going to turn out.
Exactly.
They're going to fall in love, and they're going to have a happy ending, and that's okay, because we're not selling complete reality. We're selling fantasy story, and that's what the world needs. So you take Finding Mr. Christmas and you give everyone something to watch and something to root for and something to hope for, and I think that's what people are going to find.
Well, I mean, the nice thing also is everyone's always looking for, especially with Hallmark during the Christmas time, is outrageous Christmas decorations, a great cheesy storyline that doesn't make you feel good.
Yes.
I don't care what's happening, but
she didn't have the job in the city that got you know she's leaving the job in the city to come home, but you watch it anyway because you love it.
Exactly.
And you expect it. The thing with Hallmark is that so many things become part of our family and our chosen family holiday traditions every year, right? Putting up a Christmas tree, having Christmas dinner, wrapping presents, watching Hallmark Channel.
Yes.
It's very rare that something is done so well and done with such heart and passion that it becomes part of the narrative of people's lives.
Yep.
Like, you look at other huge companies, like other than Disney, no one sits and says, "Oh, I'm a huge Netflix fan."
Yep.
They like the Netflix shows and they like the different shows on Netflix, but if those shows were somewhere else, they'd watch them just the same.
Yep.
Hallmark is one of the only places other than Disney where you look at it and you go, "Oh, that's a Hallmark movie," and I'm a fan of the actual brand. And what's so great about Hallmark Plus, which launches this fall, is that you're going to have all of Hallmark all in one place. So not just your movies and your TV shows, that you're going to have libraries to choose from of all the past movies and shows. You're going to have this new special programming like Finding Mr. Christmas coming to Hallmark Plus, and it's also a membership rewards program. So you have different things you can earn points. You get gifts, and you get surprise gifts, you get discounts. There's so many things that happen when you join Hallmark Plus and you become part of this family. And so it's a great way, and it was so smart to take Hallmark, the media brand, and Hallmark, the cards and the stores and the things we've come to love, and merge it into one place where you get rewarded.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is a nice, I knew that they were coming out with it, but I did not know that was where they were going.
There's so many things that you'll get as becoming a Hallmark Plus member that I can't list off right now because I don't have the very specifics.
Yeah.
But there's a list of things where people will, it's like the more you watch, the more cool stuff you get.
Yeah. Well, for my final question.
Yes, please.
All the way back at the beginning of your career.
Let's go.
Did you think this is where you would be right now? Creator, been in multiple, not only Hallmark movies, but staple, iconic movies. Did you think?
No. I thought when I was younger, two things I thought. I think the two things I thought when I was younger is I want to be an actor. And man, I would love to be like a superhero or something like that. But I'm gay, so I probably will never get to play that. 25 years later, here I am, an out gay man, proud, working on one of the best networks you can possibly work on, that not only loves and supports me, but Hallmark encourages me to tell my story. Make sure that you're telling your story, Jonathan. We want to make sure that your story's told, so the audiences that watch that are LGBTQ plus can have something to connect with, and they can see themselves in our story. So I didn't expect this to be my career, but I wouldn't change it for anything, ever.
Perfect, and I hope you don't.
Yeah.
I love watching you in the Hallmark movies.
Thank you.
So please just continue doing them.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm super excited for everyone to see the new series.
Finding Mr. Christmas, only on Hallmark Plus.